Lesson 2. Sentences. Part 1. Present simple questions. Questions in the present simple with be are formed by swapping the verb and subject. For other verbs, the auxiliary verb do or does must be added before the subject. Questions with be in the present simple. To form questions in the present simple using be, reverse the order of the subject and the verb. For example, you are Canadian. Are you Canadian? How to form present simple questions. You have the form of be, am, is, are. You have the subject, I, he, she, it, you, we, they, and the rest of the sentence. Am I Canadian? Is he Canadian? Is she Canadian? Is it Canadian? Are you Canadian? Are we Canadian? Are they Canadian? Further examples include, am I on time? Is he your brother? Where are we? Am I on the list? Is it time to leave? Are they friendly? Questions with do and does. For questions with verbs other than be, start the question with do or does. Don't swap the subject and the main verb. You work in an office becomes, do you work in an office? She works in a school becomes, does she work in a school? How to form this sentence. You have the form of do and does. You have the subject, I, you, we, they, he, she, it. You have the base form of the verb, work. The verb never takes s or es when you ask a question. Then you have the rest of the sentence. Do I work in an office? Do you work in an office? Do we work in an office? Do they work in an office? Does he work in an office? Does she work in an office? Does it work in an office? Further examples. Do they live in Paris? Do you usually finish work at 4 p.m? Does Tom get up at 6 a.m? When does the party start? Question words can be used before do or does to form open questions. Common mistakes forming present simple questions. Never add s or es to the base form of the verb when asking a question, even in the third person singular, such as he, she, or it. Does he finish work on time? Correct. Does he finish his work on time? Incorrect. Part 2. The present continuous. The present continuous is used to talk about continued actions that are happening in the present moment. It is formed with be and a present participle. An example of the present continuous. The present continuous is used to describe a current, continued action. Julie usually wears jeans, but today she is wearing a dress. The word wears is the present simple. It describes a repeated action or situation. She is. This is the present continuous use of the verb be. Wearing. This is the present continuous It describes what is happening right now. How to form the present continuous. You have the subject, she. You have the form of am, is, are, is. You have the verb, ending with ing, the present participle. For example, wearing. And then the rest of the sentence. A dress. She is wearing a dress. Further examples. We are walking the dog. He is washing the dishes. They are talking on their phones. They're fighting with each other. She's relaxing at the moment. It's raining a lot outside. Present participle spelling rules. The present participle is formed by adding ing to the base form of the verb. Some participles have slightly different spelling rules. For example, wear becomes wearing. Choose becomes choosing. Tie becomes tying. Shop becomes shopping. Further examples. They're opening a store next week. There is no need to double the last letter because the final syllable is not stressed. Harry is always lying to his mother. I'm cutting some apples. My uncle is writing a novel. Terry is mopping the floor. My mother is baking us a cake. Here is a useful tip. Present participles follow the same spelling rules as gerunds. Common mistakes to state verbs in continuous tenses. Action verbs can be used in simple and continuous form. State verbs are not usually used in continuous forms. In action, I read every day. Correct. I am reading right now. Correct. As a state, I own 2 cars. Correct. I am owning 2 cars. Incorrect. Questions in the present continuous. To ask questions in the present continuous, swap the subject and the form of be. He is playing tennis. As a question, is he playing tennis? He is the subject. This action is happening right now. Is he playing tennis? You are asking if someone is doing a certain thing right now. How to form the sentence. You have the form of am, is, are, is. You have the subject, he. You have the verb plus ing, playing. And then you have the rest of the sentence, tennis. Further examples include, are they going to the park? Is he cycling to work? Is she eating pizza? Are they working late? Where are we going today? Are you coming to the party? What are you eating for dinner? Is it raining outside? Question words such as what, where, and how can be used before the verb to form open questions. Where are we going today? This is an open question. The present continuous negative. He is wearing a tie, but he is not wearing a hat. Or you can say, he is wearing a tie, but he isn't wearing a hat. How to form this sentence? You have the subject, he. You have the form of am, is, are, not, is not. You have the verb, ending with ing. Wearing. This is the present participle. It doesn't change. And the rest of the sentence. A hat. Further examples include: he isn't walking the dog. They aren't singing well today. She isn't cleaning up her bedroom. They aren't looking where they're going. He isn't playing football today. We aren't taking the bus today. You aren't doing your job. James isn't reading his book. We aren't eating out this week. You aren't doing well at school this year. That is all for today. Join me next time when once more I will be asking, how's your grammar?